This video is on a mole worksheet D. Okay, if 46 grams of sodium reacts with an excess amount of acid, so where is sodium? Sodium is Na, 46 grams. So always write down the information below the balanced chemical equation. Reacts with excess amount of acid. This is excess. Calculate the mass of sodium chloride produced. This is sodium chloride. So we have to find out what is the mass. Now, so whenever you see excess, okay, excess is something that is not important. So for example, if the teacher say that you are excess, it means that you are not important. Okay, so excess, we don't look at it. So we only look at 46 grams of sodium. Okay, we only look at sodium as well as what we want to find. Okay, so first thing is we have to look at the mole ratio. So in this case, so you must write down mole ratio, the mole ratio between Na as well as NaCl. So the first row of the mole ratio here must be based on the balanced chemical equation. That means based on the number in front. So in this case, you can see that 2. This 2 actually means 2 mole of sodium. So the mole ratio is 2 mole to 2 mole. Sodium chloride also 2 mole. So the first row based on the balanced chemical equation. The second row will be based on the information given in the question. Information given in the question, 46 grams of sodium. So you have to find out 46 grams of sodium is how many mole. So first of all, 46 grams sodium. Okay, the number of mole is how much? Number of mole will be 46 divided by 23. So number of mole is mass divided by the AR, which is 2 mole. Okay, so based on the information given in the question, we will have 2 mole of sodium. So 2 mole to 2 mole, 2 mole must be to 2 mole lah. So which means that 2 mole of sodium chloride is produced. So 2 mole NaCl is produced. Okay, but the question wants mass. So what would be the mass? The mass is number of mole times the MR of sodium chloride, which is 23 plus 35.5, and that would be 2 times 58.5, and that would be 117 gram. Okay, so this would be the answer. Calculate the mass. So the mass of sodium chloride is 117 gram. Okay, next question is to write down the Ionic equation. Now remember, in order to write down the Ionic equation, you must have a balanced chemical equation, which in this case you already have it. So you just recopy the balanced chemical equation with the state symbol. Now remember, the first step of the balancing of the Ionic equation is to write down the balanced chemical equation, which I've just done. Then the second step would be to look at the AQ. If it is AQ, you split. If it is S, you don't split. So this is S, so you rewrite as it is. AQ, you have to split. When you split this, it becomes H plus and Cl minus. But there is a 2 in front. So this 2 is being shared by hydrogen and chlorine. So you have to write a 2 here. Then same thing likewise for this. You split sodium chloride. You get Na plus Cl minus. There is a 2 in front. It is being shared. And then for hydrogen, you don't split because it is not AQ. It is not aqueous. Aqueous means dissolved in water, meaning that there are ions. Okay, so the next step would be to eliminate the spectator ions, the ions that appear on both sides of the chemical equation. So this is 2Cl minus, so you have 2Cl minus, 2Cl minus, so to eliminate them. How about this? 2Na and 2Na plus, they are different. 2Na means 2 mole of sodium atom. In this case, it's 2 mole of sodium ion. So they are different. So meaning that you cannot eliminate them. So that's it. So you have to rewrite the the ionic equation with the state symbol. Okay, so this is the answer. So remember, the final ionic equation must have the state symbol there. Okay. Now the next question is calcium reacts with nitric acid. Write the chemical equation. Now, if you have not learned the acid-bases chapter, the chemical equations is supposed to be given to you. Okay. So unless you have already learned acid-bases chapter, then you are expected to know how to write the chemical equation. So for now, I will just write down the chemical equation. Calcium, Ca is calcium. Okay, it is solid because all metals are solid except mercury. Nitric acid, HNO3, it is AQ. So nitric acid, you must remember the chemical formula. And the product, you will only know if you have learned the acid-bases chapter. Otherwise, you wouldn't know. So this is calcium nitrate, AQ plus hydrogen. Okay, then after that you try to balance the chemical equation. So this is going to be the balanced chemical equation for the reaction between calcium and nitric acid. Write ionic equation. So write ionic equation, again the first step is that you must have a balanced chemical equation with the state symbol, which is basically the answer for part A. So how do you write the ionic equation? So the next step would be to identify the AQ and split. So is this AQ? This is not AQ. So you rewrite as it is. Is this AQ? Yes, this is AQ. So when you split this nitric acid, you will get hydrogen ion as well as nitric ion. There is a 2 in front. So this 2 is being shed by the hydrogen ion and the nitric ion. Then after that, this is AQ, so you split into calcium ion as well as nitrate ion. But this 2 belongs to the nitrate ion, NO3. So you have to put a 2 in front. Okay, 2 NO3. This 2 is not shed by nitrate and calcium ion. You see there is a bracket 2 here. So this 2 basically means 2 mole of nitrate ion. Okay, so put a 2 in front. Then after that, hydrogen you don't split because it is gas. Then again, the next step would be to identify the spectator ion. 2NO3 minus, 2NO3 minus, they are the same. Ca2 plus, Ca, they are not the same. This is calcium atom, this is calcium ion, they are different. So that's it. The last step is to rewrite the ionic equation with the state symbols. Alright, that's it. Now the next part of the question is basically mole concept. You have to calculate the volume. Now 20 gram of calcium reacts with an excess of nitric acid. What volume of gaseous product is being produced? You have 20 gram of calcium, excess nitric acid. So you write down the chemical equation first and then write down the information given below the balanced chemical equation. So I rewrite it. Okay, 20 gram calcium. This is calcium, 20 gram. Excess nitric acid. Anyway, when you see excess, you don't need to look at it. When this one is excess, it means that this one is limiting. Calcium is limiting. Volume of gaseous product produced. Volume of gaseous product. Gaseous product means the product which is a gas. Okay, I repeat, gaseous product means the product which is a gas. Which product? Okay, these two are the products. Which of these two products is a gas? This one. So gaseous product, basically what the question implies is hydrogen. So we have to find the volume. Okay, we have to find the volume here. So from here you can see that we have to look at the mole ratio between calcium as well as hydrogen. So again, mole ratio, calcium, hydrogen. So first row of the mole ratio must be based on the balanced chemical equation. So what is the number of mole of calcium here? 1 mole. What is the number of mole of hydrogen here? 1 mole as well. Alright. Then after that, what do you do? Then after that, the second row of the mole ratio is based on the information given in the question. Information given in the question, 20 gram. So you have to find out this 20 gram is how many mole. Yeah. So number of mole of calcium is 20 over 40. Now take note, we have to show the working for every single thing we do. We cannot just say, oh, 20 over 40, 0.5, and then you don't show this working. Then you may not get the mark. So 20 over 40, which is mass divided by the AR, which is 0.5 mole. So this is 0.5 mole, calcium 0.5. So which means that mole ratio 1:1, 0.5 is to 0.5 mole. So which means that 0.5 mole of hydrogen is produced. But what does the question want? The question wants volume. So volume of H2, which is a gaseous product, would be the number of mole times the volume. Remember, 1 mole of any gas, volume is 24 dm cube. So you have to times 24, which is 12 dm cube. Okay, the next question is question 3. 88 gram of carbon dioxide is produced. Calculate the volume. So 88 gram of carbon dioxide. So this one I got 88 gram of carbon dioxide is produced. Calculate the volume of oxygen required. You have to find out the volume of oxygen required to react with an excess amount of carbon. So we don't look at carbon, which means that you only look at these two, the mole ratio. So what would be the mole ratio between oxygen and carbon dioxide? Mole ratio would be 1 mole is to 1 mole. 1 mole, 1 mole. Then the second row, based on the information given in the question, 88 gram. So you have to ask yourself, 88 gram of carbon dioxide is how many mole? So number of mole of CO2, that will be what? That will be the mass, which is 88 gram, divided by the MR of CO2. MR of CO2 is the AR for C and O added up. AR for C, 12. Oxygen, 16. There are 2 oxygen. And that would give you 2 mole. So 2 mole of carbon dioxide is produced. So which means that this is 2 mole. So this will be how many mole? 1 mole is to 1 mole. 2 mole is to 2 mole. So which means that 2 mole of oxygen is required. But what does the question want? The question wants volume. So volume O2 would be 2 mole. 1 mole is 24 dm cube. 2 mole would be 2 times 24, which is 48 dm cube.